Sorry if you guys are in the stream right now. I'm trying to get this to pull up real quick. Not loading for some reason. There we go. There we go. All right. I'll give this a couple minutes here for people to join up. There we go. What's up, Michi, KJP, JSense, Tariq, O'Neill, Jordy? Just quickly charted for today because I know CPI is going to ruin all the plays. Yeah, that's true, KJP. What's up, Willie? Sam. Nei. It's going good, Mutaba. Going great, Mertz. It's actually red day today, but it's all right. We've had literally like a month and a half of basically banger days every single day, so bound to happen eventually, but all cool. Everything was managed well. Did you take any trades today? I did. I want to say, yeah, Tesla. I stopped out on Tesla. Stopped out on SMCI. And then I stopped out on SMCI again for another small stop. So overall, not that bad. Yeah, it's good, Michi. And I did. You can probably see him back there. He's trying to eat his crate right now, so. Yeah, Tesla did violate Willie. Yeah, I think overall everybody managed well today. For, like I said, the days we've been having, it's literally been like a month of just nonstop banger after banger. So, like I said, bound to happen as long as you manage it well, you should be good. Like, there's literally no way one day should be able to wipe out even one green day from the last month. So, anyways. All right. We will go ahead and get it started today. Doing the typical Wednesday night charting session. We're going through my watch list from A to Z and going over things I like. Stuff I don't like, we'll probably just skip. And somebody did mention, KJP mentioned earlier, we do have CPI tomorrow, so likely that a lot of these trades will probably get ruined pre-market, but either way, we can still plan and hope for the best there. But that basically just means you have to adjust your levels pre-market if you still like anything. So yes, it did, Sam. Okay, looking at Apple here, I mean, 233, you've pretty much got the same setup that you did this morning at 230. So you can look at that if you want. I'm personally not a huge fan of trading Apple, so I'm probably not going to look too closely at that. But if we don't have anything else, then obviously I'll throw that on there. AMD went insane today. The next level I have on that is one that I charted out previously. It's at 187.69. There was one at 187.24 as well, so we can see, I think we actually broke that today, so we'll take a look real quick and see. Yeah, we broke it by 4 cents. So that, I mean, I would still take that level. That's not too bad. We wicked above for 4 cents on the 1 minute, so it's not like we spent a lot of time above that. Amazon, still not really interested on this until 201.20 at high. Probably, actually, I would probably take that at 201. So 295 was the resistance before this one, but we really, once again, just wicked above and didn't really hold up there for too long. So I would be okay with taking that at 201 through the 201.20 break. Go ahead and mark that. Close enough. We can mark it. ARM, looking at new highs, 188.75. Let's see how this one's looking. Yeah, this actually looks really good. Probably just gonna keep an alert here at 187.80. There we go. AVGO. Let's see, what are we looking at here? So these are levels from when it broke to the downside to fill a gap, but these levels are actually getting close again. Those levels aren't all that important, but this 1770.98 does not look bad. Only thing you have to worry about on this is obviously the volume on the stock and the volume on the contracts. So let's take a look at what we had today. So yeah, the volume on this is not that great. I mean, there's only 5,500 in volume for the whole day, 6,200 for the whole day on the 1,800 calls. They all down today. I'm ready to kill the market the rest of the week, though. You did not let anyone down today. Been having crazy days, so all good. But we are going to kill the rest of the week. BA, you can look at it at 182.28. I'm personally not too interested in this, but if you were looking at BA, 182.28 is not a bad level. Yeah, I'm probably gonna move on from this one because I don't love that enough to actually focus on that over other setups. Why do? Whoa, what's going on here? Only thing I'd look at on this is 101.30, but that's once again not really one of those that I'm gonna pay that much attention to. We have like news this morning or something. Robo taxi service in China. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll throw that on there. We can mark that. All right. 101.30 is not too bad on that. Week starts again tomorrow. Yes, sir. Coin, all good. Unmark that. Costco. I'm actually disappointed in Costco. I liked this at 889 through the 890 break, and there was just no volume on the contracts whatsoever. So, yeah, no. Anyways, Costco, no go. Disney, we could look at 95.81. Let's look at this real quick. See what this looks like. 581. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that's a possibility. Possibility for sure. You could take 96 through the 95.81 level. That's once again not a huge fan of trading Disney, so I don't know how much attention I'm going to pay to it, but overall that setup doesn't look horrible. Why don't I like it, O'Neill? Just because I don't trade that stock very often. It's kind of cheap. And I don't love how it moves. The only reason for that is just because it's a very slow mover and like these contracts are ridiculously cheap. So I don't know. It's just it's good for small accounts. I just really am not a huge fan of trading it, to be honest. Even if there is a good setup. Yeah, moving back on Google. I liked Google at 191.37, but I don't know that I love this at the new high. If you guys like this, then I can throw it in there, but I'm personally not that interested. Rocco's in here. What's up? Um, wait, they raised membership. What raised the membership? Disney? Yes, it is. MA Chambers. Oh, Costco. Okay. Weird. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing, like I said, there's really nothing I can even do with it. The volume's garbage. So, back to Meta. Sorry. I don't mind Meta at 540. Guess it would be 538.88 technically. I would take that through 540 to be honest. Doesn't look bad. I mean, it's not like a crazy great level, but at the same time, that's one of those things where if you look on the larger time frame, if they come back up here and break this above 540, it's going to look like a perfect inverse H on the 4 hour. So that's one of those things where we're not looking for like the new high as a breakout, but it's leading us up to this next resistance here, which we will definitely be looking at 544.79. So that would be something worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, I like that. Same kind of thing here on Microsoft at 468. I like this. I would probably look to take this through the 180-day highs. 469.28. Could honestly probably look to take this through 470. Yeah, that looks good. All right, moving on. MU's broken all of its levels that I had on it recently, except 138.23. But I have traded this stock a couple times, and both times I've traded it, the contracts have moved awfully. So probably gonna skip out on that one. How do you decide what your price target is? Looking at other resistances, other supports, trend lines, other psychological levels we have. So that a combination of that is how I'm finding my targets. Netflix, I think I'm all good on that until we get down to like 664 at least. Probably even lower. Probably down here at like 662.40. Is there a limit on the amount of contracts you can buy at once? I don't think there's a limit as long as you have enough money. If you have enough money to buy however many contracts. You can buy however many contracts you want. It would be a matter of getting filled that would be the issue, though. Because, like, if you're trying to buy $100 million of contracts, there's got to be enough volume out there for you to be able to get filled. Like, they don't just appear out of nowhere. You either have to be buying them from somebody, or there has to be an underwriter for the contract. So it's like, as long as there's enough volume, then there's no limit. And as long as you have enough money. Francisco, I'm fairly confident it's free. Absolutely not, Sensei. Absolutely not. Yeah, Francisco, I don't blame you. Nvidia doesn't look bad at 135, or not 135, but 135.75 up here. Only thing that really is, though, is just a new high, so not too crazy, but works. ETH off E-Trade. No, Patrick, I've always used TOS for charting. I've been executing through Interactive for the past probably around a year now. Actually, probably a little less than a year. About a year in August. And actually, I didn't even think about this until the other day. I went full time in trading a year ago Saturday. So it's officially been a year since I've had a 9 to 5. Kind of crazy. Thank you, Willie. All right, SMCI. I really don't like this back until we get to this low at 873.17. Yeah, I mean, that's probably just going to be a side watch for me. Justin, let's think of a good way to describe this. So basically was waiting to the point where I was making like 6 months or more of my regular job pay each month. Do I think that's necessary? No, but also I wasn't making a ton at the actual job itself, and I wanted to be like so far out of the realm of needing to worry about stuff that I would feel comfortable enough to do it, if that makes sense. Um, he's going crazy today. Interesting. Tesla, I don't really love anything on Tesla. I don't know. I looked at it like 3 different times right now. like expecting to see something different when I clicked on the chart, but I really don't like anything on Tesla. It's looking like, oh, we got some weird ones. Looking like AMD, I'm cool with that. Amazon, I'm cool with that. ARM, that's all right. AVGO realistically is not going to go on the main watch. Baidu is not going on the main watch. Disney's not going on the main. Meta will. Microsoft will. Have nothing on. Nvidia for sure. So Nvidia is probably going to be top on the list here. Since they see that I need a good slump buster tomorrow. We are looking for that right now, so don't worry. See. Is there any way you could chart Tesla and mark buy zones and key levels? Did that, but I never know if the ones I marked are right. Fern, so looking at Tesla, like for the type of trades that we look for, there's really nothing that I see that I actually like that's anywhere close to where we're at right now. Basket blocks. So overall, from starting trading options, it was, let's see. It's been about 4 years of trading options. And then a year of that is full time now. So it was about 3 years of trading every single day before I went full time. So definitely not a super long time, but if you're expecting it to happen within a couple of months, I would say probably you need to be a little bit more realistic with your expectations. What do you do except trading this? Each. About it, Preet. Overall, will 2K. And charting, try changing the line chart only and then switch back to candlesticks after you're done charting. Why would I do that, JS? You have other business. No, Sam, I do not. Unless you want to count teaching. I mean, but I would say they're equally related there. So is today's channel to talk about signals tomorrow or help break down trading or how it works for newbies? Francisco, if you're talking about the lesson is a charting session. So exactly what we're doing right now, looking for the trades for tomorrow. I unban you from the Discord. I don't have access to do that, but if you're banned, I would say it's probably for a reason. When did you get over the PDT rule? Maybe 2 years ago, maybe? Canada, we don't get Thinkorswim for the charts, so would you use TradingView charts? I personally don't use TradingView, but I don't think it's a bad charting platform at all. So, I mean, you're looking at the same thing regardless. A chart is a chart, no matter what thing you're looking at it on. Okay, Nvidia, AMD, Amazon, gonna be the main watches, and then probably, actually, we'll probably put AMD below Amazon, but we're also gonna put it below Meta and Microsoft. Then we'll have AMD. All right. Disney, Baidu, and that's not all we had, is it? Disney, Baidu, oh, AVGO, and ARM. Let's see. Give me 1 second so I can catch up on some of these questions real quick. PDT does apply for options trading, Sam. And like Sensei said, you've got to use a cash account if you want to maximize the amount of day trades that you can take. Because instead of it using up your 3 day trades that you get in a rolling 5-day period, all it uses up is your buying power. So once you run out of buying power for the day, you have to be done. But overnight, if you're trading options, overnight that buying power will settle and then you can use it the next day. So that is the best way to get around PDT if you are under 25K. How do you find your setups? Charles, I'm looking for support and resistance levels. Also looking for trend lines. If you go back and watch how where I charted these levels and you go chart them yourself, that's definitely good practice. Yes, Will. Yes. Any interest in Apple around 229 to the downside? Honestly, no, not really. I don't mind 233 to the upside, but I may actually throw this in the side watch as well since we're talking about it. All right. AMD. We will be looking at all right. Amazon. And now that I'm looking at this, Amazon's pretty far away, so. I really not. Oh, there. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Lines up right around 201.50. Yeah, that's good. Okay. ARM looking at 188.75. trends on this real quick. Jeez. They're giving a ton of room. I'll be looking for minimum 190 as a target on this. And depending on the move, I might just scale out some at 190. Okay. All right, let's see. How do you know a good setup? Whenever you see a stock test the level multiple times, preferably the larger the time frame, the better. But whenever you see the stock test this level multiple times and you see good market sentiment behind the stock that is favoring your level, then obviously that's a good sign. That's a very broad question. But whenever you, like I said, see patterns forming at a specific level, see your level get tested multiple times, see other factors that will drive you into that level. Like, for example, on ARM right here, you see we have a resistance right here at 187.47. That's going to give us some momentum into 188, which is going to give us some momentum into 188.75. So each time one of these resistances break, you're going to have to have momentum going into it, and it's going to give you an extra little boost of momentum when you break it. So this is going to get broken, boost us into this, which is going to get broken, boost us into that, which is going to get broken, and then boost us through 190. You know, ideally, obviously it might not happen in one move, but that is the thought process behind it. How do you get a cash account? Which platform? Sorry, all the questions. I'm new to this, like 1 week. No, you're good, Francisco. If you call your brokerage, whichever brokerage you have, if you literally just call them and say, hey, I want to switch my account from margin to cash, then they will do it for you. Very simple. Banned over a misunderstanding this morning, but I've really enjoyed my time with you guys. Brittle, I would say definitely reach out to somebody that is not me, because I have no control over that. You can change it or call your margin is default. Yeah, if you know what you're looking for when you're creating the account, then you can opt out of margin, but most of the time people really don't even know what that means because they just think that's how it is. What's the arrow indicator called? It is the stock hours algorithm. He ripped today. Yes, it did. Amazon at the top of my list. Nice. Which channel is to learn on and when is it? Yeah, lesson tab every night. 2K Keontae. How do those up and down arrows show up? So it's not showing you like a buy or sell signal. It's showing you when the trend is changing. So whenever the stock is trending up, it's going to paint the candles green. It's going to draw your arrow out. Same thing, whenever the trend flips, it's going to point your arrow down and repaint the color of the candles. How do you become an intern? That genuinely, the first answer to that question would be don't ask that question. Is that available in TOS or no? It's only available on TradingView for you guys. We have it on TOS because we work for the team, so that is a benefit of working for the team. Okay. I switch over, or yeah, I did skip over AVGO. Sorry, that's my bad. AVGO looking at 1770, 98 flat top. Just gonna keep it simple for that. Because honestly, I don't look at AVGO enough to expect a type of move. Or, you know, I don't know. I don't look at it enough to know exactly like what type of move that can bring. So that's one that I'm just going to leave pretty basic. I'll just be targeting momentum on that. Looking at 101.30 resistance to continue today's momentum. All right, moving on. Disney 95.81. So I don't know that I would take this at 96.15, but you could definitely look to enter at 96. These are all upside as well. Second. All right, we got 3 left. How dare you? Did you mark those blue dashed lines yourself, or is that the algo? My fault. I have no idea what is that. Yeah, no, those are ones that I marked by myself. All right, Sensei is officially banned from the chat after that comment. Can you explain team meaning? I don't know that I exactly understand your question. You want to rephrase that? Keep trying. Thank you for. No problem. I apologize about that if it really was a misunderstanding, but like I said, have no idea about it, and I have no control over any of that. Do we need to join for any subscription, etc.? You can join the free days in the chat. They're every Wednesday is free for anyone. So if you're not already in stock hours and you want to test it out, like I said, every week we have a free day on Wednesday. If you want to join, there's the first link in the description down below. 4-hour want to get his in. Hold on. The video has a gap. Give me 1 second, Ken. I actually did not see that. Where is it? Oh yeah. Are you? You're not talking about this right here, are you? If you said you saw it on the 4-hour, that's really the only gap that I can see, but that gap has already been filled. So let me look at the daily real quick. Yeah. I am. If that's what you're referring to, that gap has already been filled. So once a gap gets filled, it is irrelevant from that point on. So the whole deal with a gap is obviously it is a gap in price action, and then once price action comes in and fills that gap, it doesn't exist anymore. But I mean, it is a good spot. I would say definitely keep an eye out for those, but don't waste too much time looking at them if you can see that they've already been completed. All right, we've got All right, we've got to do NVIDIA real quick. NVIDIA is pretty simple, just a flat top at 135.75. I'm sure that trend on the 5 minute is going to change by tomorrow morning. So if we do still get that level, the target's most likely going to be further than 136.12, but it's going to be based off of momentum. Okay, meta is far. I do not know why I put this all the way up here. And Microsoft at 468. Can you guys hear that plane going over? Let's see. All right. If you're looking at a trend, do you usually use the day time frame? Paul, it doesn't matter what time frame I'm looking at. It's literally whatever time frame I see the trend on is the one that I'll look at it on. Nvidia gap at 132.40 to 131.60. Give me 1 second. 132.40. Maybe I'll know 1 year. I mean, I would not consider that a gap. Fib line's a good way to find good setups. I personally don't use them, but if you know how to use them, then sure. And it's not necessarily know how to use them, but if you have a good strategy that fits that, then sure. But personally, I don't use them. Can girls trade good? Yes, they can. Anybody can trade good. Is that a crop duster? Probably. There's a gas report on the calendar for 10:30 Eastern tomorrow. Do these types of reports usually lead to any volatility? Honestly, no. Those are not things that I usually pay that much attention to. You still take trades if it breaks your levels pre-market, or do you just skip? So it depends how far it breaks, and it depends how it breaks. Like if it just breaks above by a couple cents and it wicks right back down, then I'll still look at it. But if it's like, if it breaks by $2 and it just holds up there for an hour and then drops back below, no, I'm not going to take that level. But what I will do is if it does break my level, if it's only by a couple cents, I'll probably still take the same level. But if it's by 10, 15, 20 cents, I'll just adjust my plan because at that point I'm not taking a breakout anymore if it's already broken. So anyways, did you mark those dashed blue lines? Yes, I did. You take trades when you see a good setup, or do you try to trade together all the time? If you're talking about with the chat, Keontae, I feel like I'm doing my own thing like half the time. Do you play pre-market high and low breaks? Wait, hold on. Do you play pre-market high and low breaks or no? Occasionally, yes. Thought I was a herb. You're gonna lose all your money. I have no idea who you're talking about, Sensei, but I know you're not talking to me. Anything on TSM? I do not have that on the watch list, but I will look at it real quick. TSM 192.80. Is that what you said? Yeah. I mean, I am honestly not a huge fan of this stock in general, so I'm not gonna look to take it. But if you like it and it's something you want to take, then yeah, that's not bad. You ever think you'll work another? No, Charles. Starting to use the wicks or the bodies? I use the wicks. I was banned from the Discord, but not sure why. Can we look into it? I have no idea why. And I'm not the person to ask about that, Anthony. Seems like a lot of people got banned today, so I'm not sure what you guys were on this morning, but I'm not the person to contact about that. I would reach out to Frankie. But yeah. You chart the wicks or the bodies? The wicks. How do you manage the wash sale rule when trading the same contract? I don't. I don't pay attention to that. If there's a good setup, I'm going to take it. You enter before the break or after to make sure it's not a fake out. No, you want to anticipate the break. So you want to look at the momentum going into the level. Frankie trades on Instagram, Anthony. How do I get this algorithm on TOS? You don't. You can only get it on TradingView, Travis. But if you want it and you want it on TradingView, then the link in the description should have this on it as well. What was the setup on Tesla and Nvidia today? Tesla. Hold on. Sorry, give me 1 second here. So I deleted the level off of Tesla, but we were looking at the high from yesterday and pre-market is what I was personally looking at. They got in a bit early. I don't know if everybody got in a bit early, but I was personally just waiting for this level because the market was moving weird today, and I got stopped out pretty much immediately on that. So anyways, why is it only on TradingView for because you can't lock the code on TOS, so that means pretty much anybody could just steal it and repurpose it. But on TradingView you can lock the code. What in the chart is the algorithm? Only the arrows. So the candles being repainted, the arrows, the support, the resistance, and the trend lines. All right, so for all you guys that are not in stock hours, this is what I have for tomorrow. Like I said, CPI is pre-market, so there's a good chance that none of these things will be there anymore, but we can hope for the best, I guess. But yeah, if you're not in stock hours, you can go ahead and take a screenshot, chart them out on your own, find out which ones you like best, and make your plans for tomorrow. And then if you are in stock hours, I'll send the screenshot to the stocks chat and the lessons tab. Once again, if you're not in stock hours and you want to test it out, then join the free day down in the description every single Wednesday. If you guys have any follow-up questions, I'll give it a couple minutes here, let you guys ask away. But if not, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Any indicators on the... Okay. I have no idea, Jersey. How do you get the algo? It's in the link in the description. How does your pre-market show so well? If you're talking about the color of it, I think that's probably just the color that I have set under the appearance. So, yeah. Use the 5-minute. Can you show us the 5-minute trend of 136.12? Give me 1 second. What's that on? NVIDIA? Yeah. There is the 5-minute trend. So it technically already broke. It came down, it retested that trend, and then has just been consolidating sideways in the trend since. What's the biggest thing that led to consistency that I learned? So I would say the biggest thing that led me to consistency was honestly realizing that you didn't have to have crazy big days to make a decent chunk of money over a long period of time. And I think the thing that helped me the most with that was separating the long-term mindset from day trading, because it's very, very easy to get your mind stuck on what's going on right now, what's going on today. How much can I make today? How much can I make tomorrow? Not how much can I make over the course of a year or 2 years or 3 years. It's very difficult to differentiate those things whenever you are trading on such a short time frame. I think Tesla moves enough to hit 270 this week. Where are we at right now? I would assume that if we have any upside move tomorrow, we'll probably see 270 by tomorrow. Strategy do you use on the 5-minute chart? I don't use any different strategy on the 5-minute than I do on the 1 minute. Show us the dog. I will get the dog out in just a minute. What's the difference from the free stock hours and the paid one? The difference from the free stock hours is you only have the free days on Wednesdays versus being able to get in there every day. What's the difference between support and resistance, supply and demand? So support and resistance, well, hold on. I'm trying to figure out what your question means. Are you asking what the difference is between support and resistance? And then the difference between supply and demand, or the difference between those two versus those two? Sorry. Good tip. The mental stuff is hard. Yeah, absolutely, Sensei. How do you get over not sticking to risk management? So there's 2 ways of doing that. You can either, first of all, journal and realize your problems before they get too out of hand, or second of all, learn the hard way, let the market smack you, and then set you back in place, basically. Okay. All right, so the difference between support and resistance is support is the downside, resistance is the upside. Supply is the upside on supply and demand zones. Demand is the downside on supply and demand zones. And the difference between those two is support and resistance, you're usually looking for breakouts. Supply and demand, you're usually looking for bounces and rejections. What's the difference between a choppy market versus a consolidation market? They're the same thing. Choppy and consolidation, that's the exact same thing. Since I said I'll be good days in a row and make one mistake one day and get smacked. So eventually you're either going to get, first of all, you're going to get tired enough of wiping out your entire week's profit in one day, or you're going to end up getting to the point where you let it go way too far and wipe out months or year of profit in a day, and then you'll realize, oh shit, I actually need to pay attention to this. Excuse my French. Can you send me information on how I can get to a boot camp? Charles, that would be a Nor or Frankie question. How to realize the red flags while in a trade while near your stop loss. Some trades really need that swing room. Even watching price action, you still struggle. So realizing red flags in a trade while it's near your stop loss. It would be the same thing as realizing, okay, let's see. I think the way you're asking this is a little bit different than what you're actually trying to ask. So things you need to look for while your trade is near your stop loss is you just really need to make sure that the stock is actually making the move that you think it's making. So, for example, if we're having a pullback, you got to check the markets too. Make sure the markets aren't having a big pullback as well, because the market could be having a way bigger pullback than your stock is, and your stock is just trying to hold up. I would say watching how quickly buyers buy it up or sellers push it back down. Those are things that you want to look for. I mean, it's the same things that you want to look for throughout the whole trade. The only difference is you can't get trigger happy just because you're right near your stop loss. It's the same thing as your entries and your profit targets. You've got to be patient. You can't get trigger happy just because you see something happen real quick and you don't know how to process it. So you're looking for the same things regardless throughout the entire trade, whether it's near your entry, near your profit target, near your stop loss. Doesn't matter where it's at. You just have to look for the same things you always do and not get too trigger happy. I think I'm going in with too much size, or when it goes against me too fast, I don't set a stop. I would say size down for sure, Sensei, because you're definitely going to be able to handle yourself a lot easier whenever you are at a smaller size than you're actually comfortable with. Y'all going to cancel the free day? Is that true? I don't know, Sam. We've talked about it. For risk management, make a plan, spreadsheets. Yeah, that's solid, Jersey. The setups on the main watch list, A+. I would say, honestly, no. I would say probably the best one is like a B. Your stop is at 5 to 15% on the contract, and you look. No, my stops are based off of the chart regardless of what it's going to be on the contracts. Now, I will say there is a certain point on the contracts where it's like it doesn't make sense to have a stop that far, which in that case, I'll just have to base it off of the price action and a percentage on the contracts. But generally, like if I have a level that I'm going to use as a stop loss, and I know that that's going to roughly equate to about 15% on the contracts, I'll size down a little bit because then I know what I'm willing to risk on that trade. But I know that it would be dumb to stop out any earlier than that just because of a percentage, because the market doesn't care about my percentages. The market's doing what it needs to do on its own. Definitely overlap in Q. Keep it. Those market pullbacks are rough. No problem, Anthony. The usual position size, if you don't mind me asking. So it goes in a range. So I have a few ranges that I stick to. So my small range would be anywhere between probably about 3 to 5. Okay. Medium range is anywhere between like 5 to 7. And then usually larger range is anywhere between like 8 to 15. How you guys in Nor trade everything like this? Puts, calls, and all the tickers. Well, we don't look at everything all at once. We find our setups that we like, and then we pick our favorite one out of those, Sensei. We're not looking at all of it at the same time. All right. So, that is, well, we're past 9 o'clock now. So you guys got your lesson in, got your charting session in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys all for sticking around. Once again, if you're not in stock hours right now, go to the first link in the description, sign up for the free day and test it out. You've still got 3 hours left of the free day if you guys want to join in. Like I said, I'll be sending the watch list to the stocks chat and the lessons tab. If you're not in stock hours, though, make sure you take a screenshot of it real quick so you can chart it out on your own. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning at pre-market review. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Oh, wait, hold up. For everybody, actually, this is mainly for Sam here. Here's the pup for whoever asked. All right. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Peace.